The Broncos have won 3 straight games, and during that streak, Russell Wilson has thrown 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, best ratio in the NFL, also ranks top 5 in completion percentage and QBR. Took them a while to get going, but they have. Meanwhile, Wilson in for a tough test, though, Sunday night. The Vikings defense, they have been fantastic during Minnesota's 5-game win streak, holding opposing quarterbacks to the lowest QBR in the NFL, and their 11 takeaways are tied for the second most in the league. RC, it's just crazy that this is a matchup between 2 of the NFL's hottest teams here. What do you expect that Broncos defense to do? I know, I see your expression. Okay, they're facing the Pastronaut, right? So what do you expect that Broncos D to do?
If you've watched this defense, they've played extremely well against the pass. They've kept the top on the defense. Vance Joseph has gone to a more 4-man rush, 2-high safety look to give his team an opportunity to force quarterbacks and opposing teams to be patient. But we watched the Buffalo Bills when they attempted to run the football to have some success. So look for Vance Joseph to mix up some of the front looks, but still play that umbrella defense on the back end and hope to create turnovers as we saw them do against Kansas City and the Buffalo Bills, which allowed this team and Russell Wilson to execute within the red zone.
Man, and you look at the Vikings, I mean, they lose Kirk Cousins. Justin Jefferson isn't back. We don't know when he will be, but it's that defense that's been carrying the day in large measure. Why?
Brian Flores has done an unbelievable job of, like, RC, it's pressure anytime, anywhere, at any moment. It's not just, hey, we've talked about third down simulated pressure packages. You could get first down pressures, you can get second down pressures, you can get third down pressures. Sometimes it's man, sometimes it's zone. And what that has done to not just the quarterback, but everybody on offense is just keep everybody on edge. And you watch offenses play against them, and they're so unsettled, and there's this doubt of where guys are and where they're going to be and come from. So as much as Josh Dobbs has gotten this recognition and praise, rightfully so, Brian Flores' defense, man, has been spectacular.
All right, so looking at our picks.
Hey, Dan, real quick. I'm so sorry, Miss Hannah. I'm so sorry. Dan, real quick. And think about that adjustment from the game when they played the Philadelphia Eagles, where they rushed 3 almost the entire night. And it was after that night it seemed that Brian Flores ramped up the pressure, and this team has continually gotten better.
You're spot on.
Yeah, you have the ability to do that, and all bets are off. Okay, now, as I was saying, let's look at our picks, because RC and I are on the Broncos. Why are you on the Vikings, Dan the man?
Really, because of that defense that I just talked about. That defense has been awesome, and Russell Wilson's playing really good football, really good football. I don't know if I trust that offensive line in pass protection yet, and I know coming off a great win, you got 4 gimme turnovers as well. So while they did enough, it wasn't unbelievable. And I think that Minnesota defense right now is rolling.
Broncos looking for their first 4-game win streak since 2016. Think about that.
They can't block Danielle Hunter.
Okay, there you go. What does all this mean for the Pastronaut, the aforementioned Joshua Dobbs, in fantasy this week? For that, we check in with AI-generated fantasy insights built with IBM Watson X. And in his 3rd game with the Vikings, Dobbs' projection with a high of 22.9 fantasy points at the Broncos on Sunday night. 5th among quarterbacks this week. 2 better, by the way, than Patrick Mahomes.